All right, our next section is elimination level 1, and our directions say find the solution of the system of equations, and it gave us a system of 2 equations. So let's see here. Our equations are 7x minus 8y equals negative 23, 7x minus 7y equals negative 14. So I'm going to hop over to my sketch pad. We're going to do this by elimination. Which is going to be the simplest method for the way that this system is set up. Notice both equations are written in standard form, right? So minus 7y equals negative 14. The elimination method, I'm going to add or subtract down. I see that in front of my x variable, I have 7s. So I know that if I subtract 7x minus 7x, I will get 0x and eliminate that x variable. I'm going to do the same thing, negative 8y minus negative 7y. And if sometimes those negatives get a little tricky to think about, kind of go off to the side. Negative 8y minus negative 7y. And you'll see, oh, I've got these 2 negatives here. That's really like saying negative 8y plus 7y. And that's going to leave me with a negative 1y. Same thing with your negative 23 minus a negative 14. You know, you've got those 2 minuses, so you're really doing negative 23 plus 14. And when you do that, you get negative 9. So 0x is just 0. And 0 minus 1y is negative 1y equals negative 9. I know I want to get y all by itself, so the opposite of multiplying by negative 1 would be dividing by negative 1. So I've got y equals 9. Now I know my solution has to be a coordinate pair, so I need to go back and find my x variable. So I'm going to pick, it doesn't matter which equation you pick. You could pick the top or the bottom equation. So I'm just going to go with the top one because it doesn't matter. You might pick the bottom one if you think those are going to keep your numbers a little smaller. Let's see here. I've got 7x minus 8. I'm going to take out my y and plug in 9 because I know y is equal to 9. And let's see here. 8 times 9, that gives me 72 equals negative 23. I want to get x by itself, so this is where SADMAP comes into play, right? So I'm going to get rid of the added or subtracted term from my variable first. So the opposite of minus 72 is plus 72. If I do it to one side of my equal sign, I have to make sure I do it to both sides of my equal sign. 7x negative 72 plus 72 is 0. And I like to write that because it's my check along the way. Negative 23 plus 72, that will give me 49. All right, 7x plus 0 is just 7x. 7x equals 49. I'm going to get rid of that 7 being multiplied by my x by doing division. If I do it to one side of my equal sign, I have to do it to both sides of my equal sign. 7 divided by 7 leaves me with 1x. 49 divided by 7 is 7. I could go back, grab my second equation, and check my work, right? I think my solution should be x is 7 and y is 9. So let's see here. 7x minus 7y equals negative 14. So I'm going to do 7 times 7 minus 7 times 9 equals negative 14. And let's see here. 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 9 is 63. 49 minus 63, that gives me a negative 14. Negative 14 is equal to negative 14. Huzzah, I see that it worked. Okay, so my answer should be 7, 9. Come back over here to Delta Math, type in my 7, type in my 9, and click Submit. Yes. And Delta Math likes it, and they walk us through, each of the steps to be able to solve. Okay, first they show you what operation you're doing to eliminate your x, then they show you how you're solving for your y, then you're plugging back in to solve for your x, and writing your final answer. Okay, and that's elimination level 1.